Hello, my name is Mars, and welcome back to Saltsea Chronicles. Last time we successfully got our radio fixed over here in Seesaw by this child, and it seems like we have another thing to progress the story going on here. So let's see. Strange frequencies. Neshko inspects the many varieties and artifacts of radio tech. It really is amazing. All of this. Kappa approaches and pulls out a particular box to take back to their workbench. Eyes bright, Iris leans into the box and extends their hand. What's this? Kappa swats their hand away. Special equipment. Paul comes over to elaborate. Oh, it's just stuff we've collected throughout the years. Dee Dee finds it on the ocean bed. So cool. Neshko sees that Iris has lost focus. We wanted to ask you something. Have you heard anything strange recently? They won't know who Maya is, so let's just ask about suspicious activity. Perhaps someone's talked about a strange ship with indigo sails? Oh, that, yes. Lots of chatter. Iris and Neshko look to each other. It was just seen at the Grace. Iris lets out a small noise of dismay. And we've been picking up some new languages on rarely used frequencies. Some of them use a fair bit of Esterly slang. They were talking about Los Gatos. Stu's home. Paul's nose wrinkles. Something else. Sounds weird, but still. Radar from Esterly Way says they saw something strange over the fault, like a rip in the sky. The Ensela Fault. Dangerous waters north and east of the Saltsea Archipelago. We've read this already. Sounds like a dream. Sky can't tear. That sounds like the kind of thing Celeste would say. Paul folds her arms, shrugging. That's what's on the waves. Neshko shakes his head, his brow furrowed.
Okay.
Thank you, friend. Okay, so it seems like those are two options of places to go. Is this all we have to do in Seesaw? Yeah, we learned about Mandy, who's Sanni's sister. Edwina talked about an indigo sailed ship. Alright. So there's where we can extend the day. I don't think there's anything else we can look at elsewhere. Unless we've somehow finished the tour and can, listen to the performance now. No, I think we need to, the bridge. They're watching, you know. If you keep going off tour, it's going to go on my record. Okay. Sandy's mad at us. Message delivered. Iris eyes up the radio array as if it were a banquet of the tastiest treats imaginable. Can I? Kappa gives a decisive nod, one radar to another. Oh, wow. Iris takes a seat and cracks their knuckles. Their hands hover over the dials, then move with lightning speed as they plug into the signal booster and prepare to send. A message from Iris Kelpie Dingy Esterly Keeple. Is that like your call sign? To Maya Noppling Rudderstock Ocean, if you are out there. Or like her name. Her name. Their name. Sorry. These are like what names are like? Or are they call signs? Iris holds the receiver to their chest for a moment. We're on our way. Over.
Okay.
Calling all radders. Iris Kelpie Dingy Esterly Keeple, searching missing person. Maya, tall, slim woman, 28 years old. Last seen wearing overalls with light-colored hair. Any sightings, please relay. Iris, Kelpie, Dingy, Esterly, Keeple, over and out. Iris takes a breath. Neshko smiles. Maya, we're on our way. The golden hour wanes and tarnishes. Simon, Noppling, Rudderstock Ocean. Annette, if you're out there, please come home. Out. Ooh. Poor Simon. Boxes of tangled wires and cables are marked with hand-drawn labels. The nearest one reads, just in case. Klippa continues to lead on the third day of the Great Snold Race as Rocha and Rocha Jr. are still napping. Over and out. Sanni emerges from behind a tall tower of tiny radios, which topples to the floor. Iris and Neshko turn to watch as she hastily restacks them. You look, stressed out. Sanni shakes her head. No, all fine. Just keen to keep showing you our ship. The tour is still not over. Come on. If you're done here, just... Sanni gestures to the door. Iris looks stricken. I guess. Best not to outstay a welcome. Okay, I guess the tour is still going. Glad you got your radio fixed. Now you can't possibly leave without seeing our grand ballroom. I won't take no for an answer. Okay. Didn't we already see the grand ballroom? We did. Oh wait, no, this is different. 4 generations of entertainers pout and pose in garishly painted colors in the collection of paintings. The artist has even worked ancient sequins into the canvas. Brief ballad. Darlings, my audience. Well, we're here, in the ballroom. Please do sing. I love music. Vivian smiles indulgently. Take a seat, make yourselves comfortable, and enjoy the great ballad of Seesaw. Vivian rolls her shoulders, takes a deep breath, and begins to sing. Passengers on the ship of life. No quarrel, no struggle, no strife. One crew together, together as one. The final note hangs in the air, excruciatingly high. Oh, I was singing her voices quite sultry, not a soprano necessarily. Beautiful. I'm surprised how... Neshko pauses for the right word. How concise it was. Maybe she forgot the rest. It's been like generations, right? Vivian gives a long, deep bow. I liked it. Vivian is rehearsing scales while applying thick stage makeup. She's in tune, mostly. That reminds me, I should ask Dee Dee to source me some more sponge. These earplugs are thinning out. Everyone is so mean to her. The prop bar? Oh, that's where, Oh, up here. Sanni hovers in the background, nervously fussing with her bizarre red hat. More and more of her confidence has washed away. Drink my bilge water, pal. You wouldn't know what to do with a sweeper if it hit you across the head. Alright, so that's the way back up top. Maybe we should explore the top side of the ship somewhat. No, nothing else here. Okay, we'll just go back to the ballroom and listen to Sanni. A night vision. Sanni silently steps out from another shadow.
Oh.
That message you sent, the person you described. I've seen her. Sanni, are you actually going to end up being useful to us? And the ship. Maya? Truly, you saw her? I knew she was alive. Vivian glances over from the stage. Shh! I shouldn't be telling you this. The officers. Sanni, please, start from the beginning. The night my sister went, missing. Late that night, when I was walking the deck, I saw a strange ship with those sails, just like you said, and a woman with light-colored hair swimming between it and Seesaw. She's a super good swimmer. I assumed someone knew what was going on. The officers, you know. No one tells me anything. Should we be concerned about her sister? Neshko is probably concerned about her sister. Iris is probably more concerned about Maya. Please, is there anything else? Anything at all? It was a dark night. I can't be sure. The sails were almost invisible against the sky. But this light swept across the water from the prop bar. And I saw a woman swimming. She looked like the woman you described. I only realized that Mandy was gone the next day. What if she took my sister? Maya wouldn't do that. It's someone else. Someone took both of them. Did Mandy drop any, hints? Sanni thinks hard. I think I heard her send a message once. I don't think she meant for me to hear it. Neshko clears his throat. Something about Minta? A once luscious and verdant outcrop, now divided by a jagged trench cut through the center by the feuding community. Sanni's shoulders sag. Thank you for trusting us with this. Yes, but why all the secrecy? Sanni looks over her shoulder. When she went missing, some things went missing with her. The devisers, the officers, everyone was furious.
Hey!
What? We wouldn't steal? Neshko flushes. Indeed. I'm sorry. Seems silly now. Anyway, tour's over. Go anywhere. I'll make sure it's all fine with the officers. You seem like good salts. A thought strikes Sanni, but she isn't ready to share it. I hope you find her. The key to history. Vivian is draped languorously over the piano. It doesn't look at all comfortable. That instrument, it's beautiful, I know. Its precious secrets have been passed from singer to singer since long before the flood. Oops. She plays a dramatic chord. It does not appear to be in tune. The music is very precious to you, isn't it? My darlings, it's everything. Where would we be if we didn't have the scores of our ancestors to guide our song? There are charts to guide our sailing. Let's let Iris have their say. I don't know. The ship seems kind of stuck. Vivian gasps. Never. Darling, Seesaw will sail once more. It says so right there in the regulations. We have to keep that faith. Or else, what do we have? Iris and Neshko look at each other. Neither has an answer. Alright, can we go back to the radio room? Sanni's back here. I feel like that's a mistake. Sanni's supposed to let us go, so it wouldn't necessarily make sense for her to still be following us. Captain Adrena yawns, lifting herself from the world of dreams. Strictly speaking, it's her watch, but who's watching? A tiny but magnificent model of Seesaw, right side up and whole. A hope for a future sailing, or an ideal long past its use-by date. An ancient mystery. A rusted button falls from the equipment suspended above the captain, landing with a soft thud on the floor. Oh dear, again? What is all that? Ah, the array. We think it may have been an advanced form of creative expression. What? It's discussed in quite some detail in the regulations. She stares at the rusted button. We've rather struggled with the upkeep. Looks kind of like a radio array. Are you sure it wasn't supposed to do something? The captain sighs sadly. Aboard Seesaw, We are dedicated to preserving what remains of the times before, as dictated in the regulations. Officers, devisers, crew, passengers, each in their place, before the chaos. The words sound terribly rote. But so much has been lost. There are many questions. She tucks the button into her jacket, rubbing the rust from her fingers. What? And indeed, what? Below the waves, a muffled knock on the thick glass startles Iris. Oh! A diver is waving merrily at them, surrounded by a cloud of bubbles and bright fish. It's all well and good, until someone ties their line in a knot. Does that happen? Oblivious to their comments, Dee Dee somersaults in the water, the heavy diving gear now seeming perfectly elegant. How are they breathing if they're in the water right now? I mean, this is probably like a visual representation of them when we can talk to them. And like, we're not supposed to think like, oh, their diving helmet is currently open as they're in the water with their nose and mustache hanging out and everything. They're probably fine. What if something breaks? If their line tears? Dee Dee is joined by their Puro, who chases a couple of prime fish into an open net. I hope they maintain their gear well. Neshko waves back at Dee Dee, who, satisfied, swims off, their faithful Puro in pursuit. The chandelier looks sorely in need of a dusting. It tinkles threateningly as the bridge creaks in the current. Girdlestraub's misery hangs like a cloud over the furnishing of the bridge. Or perhaps that's the mold. Okay, that's everything on the bridge. The room of devices, where the guy seems super angry at us. Passengers! Ha! More trouble than they're worth. Get them out of here. The devisers turn away, refusing to meet anyone's eye, as if they've been given firm instructions. Tourists down here, risky business. Might bring bad luck. Might leave with worse. Did the officers okay it? Unspoken. Iris stares at the pipes, frowning. They've realized something. Hang on. Are those... Don't say it! But they just look like drawings I've seen of... Shh! She checks to make sure no one is watching. We don't say their names. But they're obviously, those things. Engines. If anyone didn't catch that. They're not allowed. That's why it's forbidden to talk about them, People have funny ideas about the flood and that. She slaps a pipe, which rings loudly through the room. As if these old things could do any harm. But we protect the knowledge, Keep it safe. Iris frowns. So no one else is supposed to know about it? Just so, that's why. She stops herself. So, devices, that's what we call them. Please don't get me in any more trouble. Poor Sanni, oh my god. She's so put upon. This place seems fascist in the way it operates, honestly. It's a little disturbing. Oh, this is just the way to the ballroom. Okay. Now we gotta go all the way around. Can we play cards? Yeah. The game's true home. Several players are deeply focused on a card game. The atmosphere is tense. Iris cocks their head. Is that spoils? Looks a bit different to how they play it on Yarfy. One of the players looks up. Child, the game of spoils originates from our very casino and has been handed from croupier to croupier for generations. Iris bristles at child. Any other variants, well, I'm sure they're wrong. It's all topsy-turvy out there, I'm told. Is she missing an arm? Interesting. Still, you're welcome to try your luck. Yeah. Iris narrows their eyes. Let's do this. No. I know there are no new tutorials, so I'll just play it. Spoils variant. Inverse spoils. Flip the rules. In this version of spoils, one of the rules is reverse. The team that wins a trick adds the winning card only to their own points total and gives away the other 3 cards to the opposing team's points. Oh my god, that seems really hard. Okay. Okay. Okay, might as well go with anchors. Okay. So anchors win. So let's see. We want to make sure that our highest card. Yes, yes, Neshko, I'm figuring it out. So we want the lower cards to have low point values. Alright. That was good for us. Man, this is a really complicated version. It seems quite counterintuitive, actually. Alright. That was dumb. I should have put down the king. I was still thinking of the old rules. Okay. Putting down that ace was a good call, I guess. I feel like you almost want to lose, you know? Okay. So... Damn it, we got the 11 points, but they took home a ton. Ugh, this is hard. So basically, you don't want to put down a king if you don't have to. I'll do what I did in the first round. And put down the 0 points. Alright, at least we get 2 points there. Okay, good. We still haven't quite caught up, but that gave us something. Alright, I might as well put down a low card. Alright, they put down a king, so they immediately lost. I mean, they won, but they lost all the points, you know? Okay. So I don't want to put down the queen, because that would win it for us and lose us these 4 points. Let's dispense ourselves of that king, then. Alright, so we pulled ahead. I got the hang of this. I kind of find it hard to believe that this was how spoils started, you know? This seems like a very counterintuitive kind of game to play. And it only really makes sense if the version that we've been playing before is how it started, you know? Damn it. Okay, there are no points to be had. Oh! Somehow we won that. Thrilling, right into the end. Alright. I do think that if I have a king in... Okay, here's my thought. I do not want the star to be the sweeper suit. Because if I ever play this king when the star is not the bidding, is not the starting suit, then I would automatically win and lose myself a ton of points. So I don't want something with a king that I have a king in to be the super suit. I figured out that much. I'm smart. Okay. How about this? Okay. They got a bunch of points, unfortunately. I guess even though winning a round, winning a trick seems like a disadvantage, like, it does give you the advantage of starting the round next time. So there's a certain balance there that I kind of like. Yes, okay. Alright, we're winning now. Unfortunately, unless this guy has the Queen of Stars, we won't be taking that 11. So I'm going to put down my 3, because that'll give us more points in the end. Yeah. So they take the 11, but we get an extra point because I put down the 3 instead of the 2. Oh, come on, Neshko. They're catching up now. Oh boy. So they've already won. So I'm gonna put down the 3 again. Yeah. So we get the most points out of it as we possibly can. Makes sense to me. Yes, put down a blue suit so I can dispense myself of these kings. No points to be won. What are you gonna do, lady? What are their names? I can't hover over them and see their names? Okay. I used to be able to do that, I feel like. Looks like we need a new strategy, the guy says. Alright, Neshko, come on. Yes, we got the only points on the table. It is a close one. You're right. Alright, and now I have 0. Both of mine are 0 points, so it doesn't matter what I put down. Yeah. Might as well put down that 7. Yeah. Alright. This one threw me for a loop a little bit, but I'm getting the hang of it. Alright. Okay. We are winning. We are winning big time. Alright. Let's see what people bid. queen. I don't want... I'm okay with anchors being the sweep suit. That's fine with me. That's fine too, Neshko, I guess. I only have one star card. So that kind of sucks for me. I'm gonna do something risky and put down my ace, because I feel like these are all very low cards. So I feel like he's gonna put down something big. So I'm gonna put my ace on this. Yes. So we collect all those points. He didn't put it down as big a card as I thought he would, but it still paid off. Okay. Not terrible, I suppose. Okay. Good round for us. Maybe this one. Alright. I'll get rid of my king. I could have put down a card that would get me more points, but I just wanted to get rid of it. It's a risky card to have on hand. Okay. 3 points is not bad. But I'll put down my 10. Okay. Maybe it would have been better if I put... No. What card? Did he put down a 10 or a... He put down a king. So it would have been better to put down my jack, but I think it was a safe move to make. Alright. Now I'll put down my jack. Thank you, says Neshko. Wow, we're winning by a lot. Maybe other islands inverted these rules because it's too easy. Why did you do that, Neshko? Come on. Ooh. Well, either way, we lost and we got all the points. Alright. Get us the most points. Oh, this guy's name is Umbrin. I didn't notice that. I wanted to get his name by hovering over him. No points to be won. Merle always commented on that when there were no points to be won. I guess Neshko doesn't care. Alright, we won, and we won by a lot. Yeah. Alright. Sunken treasure. The Sea Sowens throw down their cards. Haha, got you. Even though all your rules are backwards, we still sunk you. The Sea Sowens narrow their eyes and straighten their backs. No. My companion and I are grateful for your time. Yeah. Sorry. That was fun. Alright. Let's check on this now. Alright, Sanni revealed that she had sighted a person matching my description. Mandy was apparently headed for Minta. Iris broadcast a message. Los Gatos and Minta. Okay. And let's look at our almanac. A mystery pursued. Mandy's missing. Amazing architectures, the Seasale Ballroom. Spoiled for choice, inverse spoils. Passionate poets and singers of songs, Vivian. Trendsetters. Vivian's a trendsetter? Sure. It seems more like she's following trends that have been the same for ages. Okay. I think that's everything we have to look at, and we have our leads. So let's leave. Ready to go to the boat? Yes. It's time to tell the crew what was learned here. Moving on. Sanni suddenly appears, a light pack hoisted on her shoulders. Oh!
Hey!
Wait up! Neshko raises a hand to shade his eyes from the rose-gold evening sunlight. It really was a beautiful tour. But alas, we must move on. I understand, of course. I just wanted to ask you. Not quite knowing how to form the question, Sanni blurts it out as a demand. Take me with you! I've just got to find Mandy. Okay, this shouldn't be that surprising to me. She's actually one of the characters on the splash art, so I should have expected she could join our crew at some point. Neshko and Iris are taken aback by this request. We will have to check with the crew. They were kind enough to offer me passage. I will do my best to represent your interests. Sanni is relieved they will at least take it to the crew.
Okay.
I'll wait here, of course. But please, let them know that I care as much about finding Mandy as you do about, Maya. Sanni nods firmly and settles by the mooring to await her fate. I like Sanni. I'd be happy to bring her on board. A good roost. Neshko watches a Puro gambling about close to Seasaw's hull. He tips his head as if considering something. The waves lap against a Kelpie. Haven't felt this calm for a long time. Solved. Neshko begins to be accepted. Nice. Alright. Yes, nice. Okay. Merle is still upset that he didn't get to explore Seasaw. A marvel. Merle stands at the helm, rehearsing his notes for later. A method of transport now turned archive. Library. Home. Merle pauses, a faint smile lining his lips. Maybe if we bring Sanni aboard and she can tell him about Seasaw, that'll be enough for him? Maybe? To be surrounded by such artifacts, drowning in history. Maybe drowning is not a useful piece of imagery. He looks up again at the marvel that is Seasaw. Merle smiles sadly. If only I had been able to go aboard. Oh, but I must make note of what Neshko told me. Imagine, such a provenance, hidden for centuries, there in plain view. Oasis. Who's been eating my rettle? Stu scratches her head. Where's the flooding rettle? Energy rich, that stuff. I was sure we had plenty. Either my memory is going or someone's snacking in their sleep. Iris overhears from their position at the radio. Tell the truth, Iris. I'm sorry. I'm sure that's me. I've just been so hungry since we left Nyarfi. They're not hungry. They've been feeding that to the stowaway. I see. Okay. Stu looks over, decides to forgive. You're probably growing. Just leave some for everybody else getting. Sure, of course. Sorry again. Iris laughs nervously. Just getting used to having a whole new, Stu nods. A whole new home. Yep, there's the stowaway. Meow FM. Iris turns the radio's dial carefully. A distant voice emerges through the static. From Los Gatos. Stu turns towards Iris a little too quickly. That's home! Turn it up! Iris, startled, does so. Curious cats and kittens spotted an indigo-sailed ship silently sailing by when... The voice starts to dissolve into static. Iris modulates the receiver, managing to catch the signal again. Our hackles raised but the signal's gone. Is Los Gatos far? Stu nods. That's why it's tough to tune in. Stu isn't listening. What have they gotten themselves mixed up in now? You see, the radio. This was why we needed to fix the radio. Iris has decided not to share that the fix had been a rock all along. Stu's unfocused stare is directed into the bubbling pot in front of her. Her blank expression gives nothing away. We have a signal. Iris buffs the shining top of the repaired radio. This is going to change everything. They rub their hands together in glee. Yes. Alright, we should look at this issue resolved. One of us. Molpe catches Neshko's eye. Is everything, alright? I just wanted to say, she falters. I really do understand. This must be very complicated for you. Molpe waves her hand, that's not it. We were on Yarfi a while, and we didn't once talk to you. We were at opposite ends of the island. Still, Narfi's not so good at welcoming. And we were incomers too, just as welcome. We could have at least tried. Neshko smiles weakly. And then I went and pushed my way on board. There are better ways to ask for passage, certainly. A moment. But these past few days, well, I like having you here, that's all. We don't need to know about your past if you don't want to tell us. You're proving yourself now. You're welcome. Neshko is moved by this. I'm not sure what to... Molpe waves her hand. No need to say anything. What's needed has been said. Thank you. Molpe nods. Is it really true? Tell me. I need to know, in detail. Shouldn't I wait for, everyone? They wanted a moment. I don't. You can repeat it, can't you? Molpe rocks Adi in her hip, nervously. She saw the ship. Her sister was taken the same night. And she thinks there was someone like Maya. She saw. So we think she's alive. And that vision must have meant something else. Or it means she could die in the future. We don't know. Molpe gives Adi a gentle squeeze. They giggle in response. Their radio room. You should have seen it. I wish we didn't have to leave so soon. Molpe's mind drifts away from the conversation. Alright. And now, the crooning tones of Vivian's song carry over the waves. Are you ready for the crew to decide their next steps? Should I do this now or wait for the next episode? I'll decide and then disembark next time. It's time to proceed. Lure of the waves. The crew gather around the galley table to decide what's next.
Ooh.
And they had multiple channels just for... Merle clears his throat. Iris. They turn reluctantly.
Huh?
So we're saying Maya's safe? We don't know about safe. Been sighted? As Iris says, the radio people had heard about both the ship and... Sanni saw her. I'm sure of it. Sanni. The head steward. She showed us around. She didn't entirely give us a choice. Spiffy hat, though.
Oh.
And she wants to come with us. The rest of the crew are a little bit surprised. Seesaw is definitely a better home than the Kelpie. In its current state, at least. I don't know. Sanni did not seem happy there. Let's just talk about the practicality of it. I'm sure her motivations are pure. It's a small ship, and we're low on food. What do we know about her? Neshko pauses in thought. She, definitely wants to find her sister. Seesaw is a historical vessel. Perhaps she has knowledge useful to us. Stu clearly values full stomachs a little more than knowledge. Stu frowns and looks at Neshko. I believe her to be sincere. That this isn't just an excuse to catch a sale. She must have overheard a ton of transmissions. I bet she knows more than she thinks. Merle turns to Neshko. Yes.
Hey.
I see. Stop it! They all look at Iris. Stop checking. Neshko agrees. I was there too. I got the radio fixed. We met Sanni together. Merle looks apologetic. You are quite right. My apologies, Iris. Iris nods, not entirely appeased. If she has information on Maya, I say we take her. But our stores... Stu sighs. We're split. This is taking too long. Let's take a tally. Oh, that was Molpe. A sensible measure. Take her. Come on.
Okay.
All those in favor? Iris thrusts their hand in the air. Neshko and Molpe's follow. Iris begins to fidget in a mix of anxiety and excitement. Stu sighs. Well, I can't always bulk out our grains with some seaweed. Iris punches the air. Yes! Another soul for our journey. It's decided.
Okay.
Speaking of journeys, where next? Sanni's sister was fixated on Minta. What do we know about Minta?
Ooh.
There's a ratter there. I think there's two main groups of people. Stu laughs. That's one way to put it. They cut their whole island in two. Fascinating. He said it for me. Imagine wasting land like that. Neshko, tell us again. What did she say? That was, all of it. There was chatter about Los Gatos, too. We heard some whiskers on the radio here just when he got back. Oh, I'd love to stop by there. Give Miguel a quick hug. This is your home? Yes, you'd love it, Neshko. But if that ship was there... Stu is worried about her home island. Oh, I don't know. We don't have strong evidence in either direction. Miguel is an M name. I've noticed that all the people who have disappeared on that ship have had M names. Maya, Mandy, whoever the guy from the Gardens was. Mezcal, or something like that. You're right. Merle nods. Iris? You were on the ground. Fix the radio. Where do you think we should go? Me? Decide? An excellent idea. Iris swells with pride, then shrinks with the possibility of choosing, leaving them roughly the same size as they began. Okay, so. I'm of two minds on this. The first reason for that is because Los Gatos was the location in the demo, so I have seen it already, and I kind of want to see something new. On the other hand, I haven't been spending much time with Stu, and obviously she will be the lead if we go to Los Gatos, and I'm worried that if we don't go to Los Gatos, then she will be grumpy and decide not to go on the expedition again. Also, Los Gatos is full of cats, so that's kind of delightful. And on another other hand, I want to get to know Sanni a little bit more as a crew member. And I feel like because her sister was headed towards Minta, then she is probably the one who's going to want to take charge of that mission, and might not want to get off the ship in Los Gatos. So, I don't know. For the sake of seeing something new, I think I'm going to go with Minta. Okay, Minta? I'm sorry, Stu. But Sanni said her sister was talking about it just before she disappeared. Stu is disappointed, but nods.
Agreed.
Good. It's decided. Molpe stands, filled with new purpose. She's alive, and we're going to find her. Iris, you go get Sanni aboard. I'll set a course. Scuppered. Merle feels like he wasn't listened to. Oh. Issue. Stu has too many mouths to feed. We scuppered something, unfortunately. Hey, Sanni's on board. Yay! Alright. So now we're going to Minta, all the way over here. And let's see, are we gonna get... We're gonna get the animatic again. I will never complain about this. I like it a lot. Oh, Sanni gets her own spot here now. And there's Stu again. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Stu, that we're not going to your old home. It's unfortunate, but they put it in the demo. I've seen it already. Alright. The crew follow the information they uncovered further and discover more strange disappearances across the archipelago. Is Maya a part of these disappearances? And are they voluntary or by force? Alright. Are I almost done with the game then? Is it only 5 chapters? I think that there are a lot of things you can do in 5 chapters, like across different playthroughs. Because there is a lot of very deep game. There are a lot of achievements, and so far we've only gotten 4, I think, 3 or 4. So there's quite a lot in this game, even if we don't get to see it all in a single short playthrough. I don't know if I'll do a second playthrough. Probably not. This series hasn't getting a lot of views, but I might do it off channel. Alright, who's this guy on this boat? Is that the Indigo boat? A guy talking to someone. That person steps in mud and goes to talk to someone else. Oh. Oh, Minta is a tale of 2 split factions, and these are Starcrest lovers, I'm sure. And there's Iris approaching onto Kelpie. Minta. It does look very muddy. Alright. Alright! We'll do all of this next time, and then explore Minta. So, let's look at what's new here, too. Stu is frustrated with Iris. Merle feels that the crew don't particularly understand his interests, which is okay, but a little lonely. Okay. And what else? Safe passage, Sanni. Are these all new people we could get on board? Cool. One of them is probably the stowaway. Okay. So, that was a lot. I let it go on a little longer because we had a spoils game. So, I have been Mars, and I will be back with more Saltsea Chronicles.